will be the first time a sitting president graces the stage of a late-night talk show, and while it's certain that TV history will be made tonight, how this will bode for presidential history is anybody's guess. Our third story, President Obama appearing on The Tonight Show. What one of Jay Leno's rivals thinks of all this in a moment when we're joined by Craig Ferguson. Just one day after AIG CEO Edward Liddy came face-to-face with the House committee wanting some answers, the country's CEO comes face-to-face with the national audience wanting some answers, and although the venue is unconventional, the topic is all too familiar. The president expected to pitch or defend his economic recovery plan, but will he pitch any jokes? But first, the president's warm-up act. After discussing the AIG failure bonus mess, Mr. Leno asked me about perhaps the only man in America who supports those bonuses.
I heard Rush Limbaugh said he feels these guys should get their bonuses.
Yes.
Did he say that?
Yes.
Why? What is his logic? What is his reasoning?
Logic? Did you say logic?
No, I mean...
Reasoning?
Well, I mean, is it...
Well, he makes $50 million a year doing that, and I think he feels that anybody who makes less than that is entitled to any money they can get. So he doesn't have it all at the end. He's trying to be fair. I do seriously. You can look at some of the things that Rush says on the air, and you can find some original point where it started logically, as you suggest. Right. That one doesn't make no sense whatsoever. And we showed you that because we can't show any of the Leno interview of Obama yet. Joining me now, somebody who knows a thing or two about late-night talk shows, the host of The Late Late Show, Craig Ferguson, whose first stand-up comedy special, A Wee Bit of Revolution, premieres this Sunday on Comedy Central. The DVD is in stores on March 24th. Good evening, Craig.
Good evening, Keith. How are you?
I'm fine. May I underscore your credentials on this subject by mentioning the title of your next book?
My next book is entitled American on Purpose, which I am. I passed an exam to be an American. What did you do, buddy? I just
arrived out. I came out of the womb in the country. That was all that counted here.
Hey, you know what? I have to pick you up in one inaccuracy in your introduction to me. Right. I'm not a rival of Jay Leno. Okay. I don't think that Jay Leno would consider me a rival by any stretch of the imagination.
All right, but your bona fides on this, as a talk show host and as an American on purpose, what do you think of a sitting president sitting on a talk show?
I think it's okay. I'd much rather he'd done Letterman than Leno, though. I mean, Dave's my lead-in. I mean, we'll let it slide this time because we were preempted this week because of the college basketball, but I really think it's an error in judgment. Letterman would have been the way to go. McCain was on Letterman, and and that worked out pretty well, especially when he lied to Dave and went back. Remember when he lied to Dave and went back?
I kind of remember that because, of course, when
you were the stand-in guest.
That's correct.
That was your big break.
That was my big break, and it was also Mr. McCain's. Actually, it was Mr. Obama's big break.
Yeah, it probably was, actually, yeah.
But it seems to me that the brilliance of this, Craig, is, and this is not to disparage Jay, who could easily host a political show every night.
Yeah, he's a very bright man.
Who knows his stuff left and right. But for the president, this is a golden opportunity to cut out people like me and reporters.
Yeah, but I don't know that he should be doing that. You shouldn't be cutting out reporters. I think it's okay for Obama to do the Tonight Show. I'd just be concerned if he does a sketch. Yeah. I think that would be going it too far. Or if he does, Barack walking, and jaywalking thing when he goes in, that ask people thing. I think that would be a mistake. You can go too far. But sitting down with Jay and talking, I think, is nothing wrong with that. I mean, didn't Bush do Deal or No Deal?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, so I don't think we need worry about the dignity of the presidency just yet.
He actually stood there with one of the briefcases. It was very embarrassing. But when a senator criticizes this, like Senator Kyle did this, he should fly back. I mean, for crying out loud, he was out here doing town halls for 2 days. What is wrong with a president communicating with his people, especially if he's getting to do so with people who might not typically be tuning in to his message?
Yeah, exactly. I don't think there's any problem with it. I mean, the only thing... Who else was on? Do you know who else was on the show? Because you got to figure
Brooks.
that... Who?
Garth Brooks did a little song at the end. I'd
have loved to have been the eighth banana on a sitcom who was the second guest on the Tonight Show that night. And now Corky McGugan. I mean, that would be just fantastic. Corky McGugan's a fine actor, by the way. I don't mean to disparage him.
I loved him in Hamlet. Listen, there was, and I'm cheating here because I was watching this. The taping is over. It was done in the building. I'm recording.
So you've seen it?
Yeah. So I've seen it.
Oh, right.
And there was the one danger in this. It seemed to be a good repartee. There was a lot of fun back and forth and seriousness, and the crowd was into it, and he was forthright in his answers, but there was one exchange which underscores the one danger in this thing. Jay Leno asked him about the bowling alley in the White House, and the president said no, he had not torn it out or burned it down. In fact, he said he'd been practicing. He rolled a 129 Jay Leno congratulated him sarcastically. "Oh, congratulations, Mr. President." Whereupon the president said, "Yeah, I know it sounds like this is a rough transcript. I don't have this in front of me, but this is what we all heard." The president responded by saying, "I know it sounds like the Special Olympics." And that's the only problem in that comfortable setting. You can, yeah.
No, that's
what do we do? What does he do about that?
He begs NBC to cut it out of the interview, is what he does, and he tries to not let you see the feed the next time he's on the Tonight Show.
Well, what can I do?
That's probably a misstep. That wouldn't have happened if he'd done Letterman. I mean, Dave would have. He'd have been talking about something else. He wouldn't have been talking about bowling if he was doing Dave.
Right?
Why did he do Dave? I don't understand.
We could have scheduled Dave, and I could have come in and filled in for him.
Well, no. I think the reason why Barack Obama became president is because when he schedules something, he actually goes.
Oh, that's it. All right, a clip has been released. This is about traveling. Jay Leno asking about whether or not it's cool to travel on Air Force One. Listen to this and give me your thoughts.
All right.
To fly in Air Force One. Just come on.
You know, now, let me tell you, I personally think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Especially because they give you, the jacket with the seal on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well,
what'd you think?
It's nice that he gets a jacket. I mean, I don't know. I think there's nothing wrong with look. Barack Obama's going to be president for at least 4 years. We understand that power corrupts people. That's why we have the Constitution set up the way it is. So this being on shows like this may extend his humanity a little longer. I'm okay with it. I'm all right with the idea of a president doing that and talking about the cool perks. It makes him a little more human. I'm okay with it.
And you'll accept him on the show even if you get him second?
No, he has to do Dave before he does me.
All right.
I absolutely insist. I really don't understand this choice.
Craig Ferguson of The Late Late Show on CBS, and an irony of biblical proportions. He's in New York while I'm here in Los Angeles.
No, I put it together that way, Keith.
Thank you, my friend. Take care.
You too. See you later, buddy.